my name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel for everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back together again. And in today's video, we're going to be ranking all 6 episodes of the Santa Clauses series, from the worst to the best. Let's go ahead and get started ranking all of these episodes. Now, I think why this episode comes in last place is because the simple premise of the episode is trying to find a new Santa Claus. There's nothing really particularly interesting about this episode. It's just looking for a new Santa Claus, even though we kind of already found and teased at the end of the last episode who is it going to be. So, not really interesting, so it comes in last place. Now, for me, this was actually a somewhat enjoyable little episode, I guess. Personally, it was not the way I wanted it to end the show. If I'm being honest, this whole show just reminded me of what the MCU did with its series, where they just rushed everything, and they never took their time on, just telling good stories. This show just feels like it could have been a movie. Like, it could have been a movie just like the other films were, except telling a new type of story with Santa Claus, and I think that it could have been fun and had some fun stuff if they didn't rush the whole series and just did 6 episodes. I feel like they could have had more time with it, and it just felt like a wasted opportunity, to be honest. But overall, it was kind of a cool episode, I guess. Now, this episode I thought was kind of good. It did some stuff that I did like. Of course, you got, just figuring out who's going to be the next Santa Claus retiring, and then you just get to see all of the shenanigans with all these people, and, you get to see Charlie again, and him go to, and Santa go to Florida, and saying that he doesn't want to take down the role because he's not a big fan. Though, at the same time, it's like, makes it seem like, why, I feel like they could have used Charlie in a different way. Like, I wanted to see Neil and the mom again, though he's older now, so, like, it would be impossible to bring them back. But it would have been cool to see them, though. But that's my thoughts on this episode again. And this episode actually dives into a bunch of really cool ideas, as Santa Claus is just going to house, and you come across the house that the soy milk girl from the first movie, and you start to set up this theme in the show where people have stopped believing in Santa Claus. Where as the kids that have grown older that believed in Santa Claus, they stopped believing, and they've turned to messed up people. And Santa Claus's magic was failing him, and I thought that it was kind of a cool little exploration of what they were able to do with it. And even when he falls down at the end, though, it doesn't really make any sense. Though it is kind of ruined from when another episode happens, but overall, this was actually a pretty good first episode. Now, this is actually a pretty cool episode where you actually get to explore the history of all the Santa Clauses that came before Scott Calvin. But at the same time, you also get the return of Bernard, which is, of course, great. You get some great comedy bits with him in there, as you actually learn of where he's been, why he wasn't in the Santa Claus 3, and that he actually stopped being an elf and decided to become a human and date a human, to marry a human. And basically, you also get to learn about all the history of the Santa Clauses, and that all of the Clauses were made for Scott Calvin to take on the new challenges for the new technologies. And it's a kind of clever idea, but the whole premise of this franchise is that Scott Calvin became Santa Claus because Santa Claus fell off his roof. Like, so it's like he did that on purpose? Like, that's kind of bad. Like, that's just kind of lazy writing. Like, he says, "You really think someone saying hey has made me slip and fall?" That just that makes it lazy. Like, like you just fell so that way he can get the code on and then he can become Santa Claus. Like, that's kind of dumb, to be honest. I feel like if they were creating this franchise a long time ago, they probably were not thinking about that. They were just having fun with the premise of this guy becoming Santa Claus. But overall, I did kind of like it, and overall, it was a good episode. Now, this is an episode that I actually found very interesting, where you start to have you have the Calvin family or the Claus family be on Earth and basically doing all their lives, where the son found a girl, the daughter found a bunch of horse girls, and then of course Carol Newman finally becomes Principal Newman once again. And to be honest with you, when I watched this episode, I was like, I kind of forgot she was actually the principal of a school, of Charlie's school, when he was in high school. And so throughout all this, you figure that everyone has their own thing, but you also start to realize that Scott doesn't exactly have something he's good at. And when you get to the end of this episode, he's like, the thing I'm good at is being the Santa Claus of my family. And I'm like, that's so heartwarming. That's the beauty of Christmas, and I love that. And that kind of resembles me, as I like to give, and that's what I love to do. I like to spread kindness. That's kind of what I've been doing this past week, and you're welcome to those people that got that. Then also, the stuff that was going on with Simon Santa Claus was pretty fun. And then, it was kind of cool. So overall, I think that this is my favorite episode of the Santa Claus series. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All my social media stuff is in the about section over there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.